Thanks to Sony, I've spent most of the night reviewing the new leaked image of the Sony FX3, which is kind of like a hybrid YouTuber's cinema camera dream machine. This thing looks amazing. So in this video, we're gonna dissect the image of this new FX3 cinema camera and see what kind of features this camera might actually have. Like a full-size screen on the back that also looks like it's gonna flip out. Forewarning, this is a leaked image online by Nokashita. I will post his profile here on Twitter. We don't know for sure if this is true, and we don't know for sure anything we're gonna discuss today is actually true. But speculating can be a lot of fun, and let's just go through this together, and I would love for you guys to comment below as we do this what you think it might actually end up with, and what you're hoping for. So let's get into it. I'm Cliff with the Creator's Cup. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please give us a like if you like the video, thumbs down if you don't, and subscribe. It really helps us out. This is gonna be a little informal, but we're gonna dive right in. So yesterday, the first rumors were leaked of the Sony FX3 cinema camera, or kind of a cinema camera hybrid, almost Blackmagic pocket 6K, 8K style, but Sony? That's amazing. We spent a lot of time debating on going Blackmagic or Sony, and I'm glad we went with Sony. We also almost bought the Sony a7S III, and I'm kind of glad we waited on that too. To be fair, it will have a lot of features that aren't as good as the a7S III, but it will have other features that are better than the a7S III. So if you already bought the a7S III, you're lucky. It's an amazing camera. Right off the rip, the first thing I want to mention is, from what we're hearing, the price is going to be around $3,500, give or take a few $100. That might change. Again, comment below if you've heard anything different. That puts it in the price range of the a7S III. It will also likely require CFast cards, which are very expensive, $300, $400, $500. So remember, this is going to be a big investment. We've heard that it's an 8K sensor, which puts it probably around 32 megapixels. I doubt it's the A1 sensor, but it might be. Personally, I would hope it's a 6K sensor because I would prefer a little better low light. And I'll put a link to a video here that has a terrible color grade on it that will talk about why we like less megapixels in these cinema cameras. That also means that the 4K will be oversampled and very sharp. The size of this camera is what's really interesting. Let's go ahead and dive right into this image. If you look, they have a 24mm G Master lens, which has just under a 3-inch diameter. That puts the size of this camera almost exactly the size of an A7C, but it's a cinema camera. So Blackmagic and their pocket cinema camera that doesn't fit on any gimbal, yeah, this is actually almost a pocket cinema camera. Of course, when you have a lens on there, you're not gonna try to put it in your pocket. That's just weird. But the size is really small, the form factor is great, and the first thing you notice right off the bat is that all the buttons are on the top. If we look closely, they have everything you need on the top of this camera, and if you look at the side, you can see the screen looks like it's going to be full height. What you also see beside that are air vents, which means it probably won't overheat, and again, kind of confirms the 8K, or again, I'm hoping 6K sensor. To me, one of the best features on this camera is right down here at the bottom. On the number 6 customizable button, you see a record print above it, which means you can use a button on the front of the camera to start and stop recording. That also means that this screen, and it looks like there's a hinge right there, will flip out. Think about it, it's a vlogger's dream. You can have a cinema camera that has a flip out screen and a record button on the front. That's an amazing feature right off the bat, and that really kind of tells you what they're trying to do with this camera. Some other features you'll see right away with the size is it has mounting points all the way around it. This camera is really small and lightweight, and I think a lot of the reason that's true is because it's made to work with the AirPeak drone. This thing is going to be able to be attached to a drone. That's amazing. Like, I don't know what the price is going to be on that drone yet. It may have already been leaked, but this opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Now, if we look on the left side, what you're going to see are 3 customizable buttons that control your iris or aperture, your white balance, and your ISO or gain. By hitting any of those buttons, that's going to change what this dial on the front does, so that you have control over all of these settings right there at the tip of your fingers. This is definitely more like a cinema camera than your standard DSLR or mirrorless camera. The other thing I noticed is there's not a direct menu control button, and that tells me it's very likely that this screen is full-sized and that it's going to be touchscreen. There is a joystick on the top to allow you to navigate it and probably allows you to access the menu by pushing on it. That's amazing. A full-size screen means you probably won't need a monitor in most cases for this. It makes it much easier to work with and much more compact. Again, it's a cinema camera for vloggers, which seems weird, but also pretty great. Now, one of the features I doubt it has is a built-in ND filter like the FX7 and 9 and so on. This thing is too thin, and I just don't think they're going to put that in there. But again, if you think differently, comment down below and give your reasoning why. I'm curious to hear. Will it have in-body stabilization or IBIS? I kind of doubt that too. I think they're not going to want to undercut themselves too hard by providing too many features to this thing. But then again, if it's a vlogger's camera, IBIS would be really, really useful and very practical. So maybe it will have IBIS. I think it's going to be a 6K and not an 8K because Sony tends to keep the resolution a little lower, but does a much better job of delivering high quality video and great frame rates. 6K 60p, that would be amazing, but pretty unlikely. 4K 120, absolutely. As far as low light's concerned, I would expect it to be not quite as good as the A7S III, but still potentially very powerful. Again, this is speculation, and I have no idea. I would love to hear below what you think about that. So guys, this has been a short video, but we're gonna do a continuation of this later on as we learn more details. Comment down below what you think it's gonna have, any rumors maybe that you've heard, and your sources, that would be great too. And we'll put out another video here in a few days with all the new updates as they come in. I know on February 25th, they're having the CP Plus online trade show where Sony will likely reveal this or at least leak some more information about it. I wouldn't be surprised to at least see some kind of teaser video showing a few more features, especially now that it's been leaked. Again, comment down below, give the video a like if you enjoyed this, and please subscribe, and let's find out what this thing is. If you haven't already bought the A7S III, I got a feeling this one's gonna be worth waiting for. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.